Martin and Barbara Hemis, who have built a beautiful organization that spans across 2 continents. They began in South Africa and then have built all over again in the U.S. And welcome, Martin and Barbara. Thank you so much for jumping on to share your story with us.
Thank you for having us, Josh.
So this story goes back, as I understand, to 1980 in South Africa. Can you share with us how you learned about Neolife and how it's impacted and changed your life as a result?
I was in a supermarket promoting I didn't want to go out to work, so I was promoting other products, not the Neolife, when somebody came and asked me how I'd like to make some money. So I went to a meeting and got excited about the products and what they offered, and it has paid off. I mean, we've had many trips overseas. We've had quality of life. We're both very healthy. Our kids are healthy. Our grown-up daughters are healthy, and our little grandkids are on the same path and taking nutrition and are extremely healthy, play sport, and very active little boys.
Wow. Barbara, what an incredible, beautiful story 40 years later to have all those benefits just because you said yes to Neolife. Now, Martin, I understand when Barbara shared Neolife with you, after someone shared it with her at the grocery store, you were a financial auditor, is that right?
The internal auditor for this, yeah. Internal auditor for the South African Transport Service, which is part of the government. That's railways, airways, harbours.
And share with us what happened. I understand you were not interested in this business. However, somebody asked you a couple questions that got your attention. What were those questions?
Rory came, Barbara invited him around to come and try and persuade me to get going. Anyway, he went through the marketing plan, which looked good. I said, yeah, it's good for that person and that person, but not for me. I don't talk to people, I talk to books. And then he came around and he drew a line there. He said, how many years have you been working? He had a plus and a minus, the minus below the line, a plus, and I said, well, I've been working 15 years. We've borrowed money for a home, we've borrowed money for the car, and we live from month to month. So you can imagine the line was in the zero position after 15 years. Minus. So he said, if you're going to carry on doing what you're doing the next 15 years, where are you going to end up? And that was easy because looking forward to my boss that had virtually in their retirement age, he was riding the second-hand car. He was getting an extra loan to put his daughter through university. And I thought, well, that's not a very pretty picture for the future. And, my dad worked all his life for the South African Transport Service. He got a pension and a medical. And he was comfortable, but they weren't wealthy. And he was high up. He was a brilliant person in the system. And I knew, I didn't think I could get to the heights that he got to. So Neolife was a great opportunity. So that's when we decided to give it a go. Also, I think they painted a picture of dreams when they spoke, of travel and different things. And that sparked it. Once we started traveling with Neolife, and I think you traveled to Cape Town at one stage, what coming to a country with a bunch of distributors, it's energy, it's excitement. And if you, with this on a regular basis, and you're achieving the excitement, we never got any recognition where I worked. You could work as hard as you want, but the day you make a mistake, you get called into the office, and that's the recognition you would get. My boss, when he worked 40 years, somebody gave him a certificate in the elevator. There wasn't even a function for him. I just handed the certificate over and said, well, the guy says, here's your 40-year certificate. And Neolife, every step you take, the great. I mean, the first time Barbara did 1,000, let's say, coins sales, there's a certificate for it, and they made a big thing of it, and you feel, wow, I've achieved that. And every step of the way, you become a director and you get your pin. It's a big thing.
Yes.
The next step. So it's the recognition and the picture of a future. And one of the things I did do is I wanted to be debt-free. One of the books, the little books, these Ogmandino books, and another one, I can't remember, what, Best Kept Secret or something, was How to Save Money and Become Debt-Free. I read that book and thought, wow, if that can work, it'll be great. So we worked on that plan to get, things paid for, the house and the cars.
Wow. So you did it. Thanks to this business, you paid everything off, your car, your houses, and then I understand you've traveled the world and took your daughters all over the world. Is that right?
That's correct. And about debt, if you think of it, if you've got credit card debt, it's compound interest that way. You'd rather have a compound interest your way. So, that's important to actually, when you're talking with people about debt, it's the interest that's paying out. Travel, yes, the first one was to Spain, which was just an amazing trip because it's a different language. We had a lot of fun. We had some of our black distributors. The one guy has never been in an aeroplane before, and he sat in front of us and he sat like this. He never moved. He didn't, he thought, don't you want to go to the toilet? But he just sat on the flight. And at the hotel too, he'd never been in a hotel, you can imagine. And we were doing Quena, I had to explain to him what the different things were for, the different glasses, because in Spain they put out 4 or 5 glasses for the different wines and with your meals and things like that, and the bedrooms. And I know another couple that went with us somewhere, he also worked on the railways. Him and his wife had never been in a hotel. And we went to Sun City, and you wanted photographs of them on the bed and this and that. To them, it was amazing, Yeah. These are little memories that you have of what Neolife's done for other people, but it's given us the opportunity to experience other nationalities. Because Spain is really different. I mean, the food. Barbara can tell you some of the food.
Yeah. And so then you took your children on a 6-week, your daughters on a 6-week tour across Europe and all as a gift to them, as part of your goals, your dreams in this business that you were able to achieve. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that was a dream come true. Taking them to, they saw England, Scotland, Wales, France, Eiffel Tower,
Germany,
Paris, then through Belgium, Amsterdam, various parts of Amsterdam, the flowers, and then the Rhine Valley, through Luxembourg, and then back to England.
And then fast forward now, 40 years later, you're living in the United States, down in Florida, and you're building again in a whole new continent. And in closing out, could you just share with us why do you believe this is the ideal business at this time in the U.S.?
Well, Josh, I think it's an ideal business. We can just see what's been happening. And I've just had a phone call from somebody I signed up as a promoter, and he's got businesses in New York. And I wasn't aware of it. I got the phone call today, and he's just saying he just cannot survive anymore. He's selling off. He's closing his one business. He's selling items off there. He's $13,000 that he's, behind on certain things. And I just thought, the world shut down, and distributors getting on could build a business. And and it just happened at the right time. I mean, this Zoom has just done amazing things. And I think that's the good thing. So when we're talking to doctors or dentists and that type of thing, we can ask the question, if something happens to you today, can your wife step into your business tomorrow? Why not build something part-time together that if something happens to you, you've got something to fall back on? I just think it's just an amazing business, whether you an engineer, a doctor, or just an ordinary clerk on the railways. It's for everyone.
Wow. Thank you so much, Martin and Barbara, for joining us, and congrats to all your success across multiple continents. And it's really a privilege to have you here in the U.S. building again. And to all of you who are in the U.S. and Canada, I just want to invite you to join the Ideal Business. As you heard it from the hymnist, this is the Ideal Business, and the timing is perfect. It's never been better. This is an essential business providing essential products, and it's been labeled as, categorized as essential. And so, how can you find a more ideal business in a time when people need our products and they need an income opportunity, an opportunity to earn some extra residual income now more than ever, as Martin and Barbara pointed out. So it's been a privilege to be with you all today, and have a super, ultra awesome, fantastic week. Forward to seeing you again.